So in this video, I wanted to do my updated makeup routine as it is now, and also review a few new products that I have purchased and have been trying. So right now my face is, I've cleansed, washed it. I have only put on toner and my moisturizer, which is literally just coconut oil, the one from Trader Joe's, which I'm obsessed with and love. And I'm on my second bottle now. I wanted to start from just this to show you what I do, how I prime my face for makeup now. So like I said, I've toned, I've moisturized with some coconut oil, and then after that, I probably for at least almost a month now, I have been using sunscreen in my routine because it's finally been drummed into my head that, you know, melanin or no, we need protection from the sun as well, particularly since the ozone layer has been compromised for such a long time that even if you have melanin, which does block UV rays better than those of us who are fair-skinned and don't have, you know, that barrier to damaging UV rays, we still need sunscreen. This one by Supergoop, it's the Smooth and Poreless 100% Mineral Matte Sunscreen, SPF 40, with one universal tint. I don't know if you can see it. I like this because the universal tint is like a tan color. It doesn't leave that horrible bluish white cast. And it also serves as a primer because it's mattifying. So when I put it on, it actually creates this, it's a really good primer for makeup. So this is how much I usually use. And I like to rub it around in my fingers. And it goes on pretty smooth. Okay. For the purpose of demonstration, I think it'll be fine if I just start to go in with my foundation, but on a regular basis, I usually like to let it sit for a few minutes before I put the foundation on. So for foundation, I'm still using the Pro Filter in 420 Soft Matte Foundation by Fenty Beauty. This is my second bottle. It's taken a lot of time for me to run out of the other one because I use a bunch of different foundations. I'm actually on a foundation no-buy, and I recently did a count of my foundations. I have about 4 or 5 now. One of them is gonna be cycled out because I never used it. Actually 2 of them. The ABH foundation stick, which I love, but I hadn't used it for a while and I think it's probably expired. And I've also discovered at Deciem while I was with my friend that the foundation that I use is not actually a match for me. I mean, you could probably tell just by looking right here, like this is not an actual match for me, that I'm actually a lighter color. When I was there with my friend Cher, the woman who attended to us, her name is Nisa, lovely woman. I mean, she took the time to spend at least like half an hour with us going over skincare products for Cher and testing out foundation on me, which I wasn't there for foundation, but you know, I get distracted. I remember what it was. I told her that I had gotten the foundation a while back. I even have a video where I reviewed it. I believe I do. And I had to mix 2 colors because it didn't have my match, or what I thought was my match. But she was just like, oh no, I'll color match you. She color matched me with a color that is like 2 shades lighter than anything I would have even looked at for my skin, and it was a match. So my thing is this. As a melanated woman, and as most black and brown women know, in the winter, we tend to go a little paler. In the summer, we're more brown. I prefer to look more brown and golden. I really tend towards liking to look darker. So I use foundations this color because I like warmth. I like darkness. I'm really, really, really scared of like paleness and looking pale and washed out and having no dimension. So I tend to use colors like this, and I think of it as my match because maybe it matches me, and maybe it matches my summer color. So while I process the fact that my winter color is lighter than I would prefer and try to just get through my feelings about that, I will still be using Fenty and 420, and let's see, I've also been using my NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop. So an NYX Professional Makeup Can't Stop, Won't Stop full coverage foundation that Alyssa Ashley collaborated on with NYX. I use the color Mahogany. I believe the woman who helped me at the NYX store did match me to my neck with this one. So it's a closer match than this, but it's still kind of similar. So I've been using this. I've been going back and forth between these two. I really love them both, but I'm going to use this because I am going to do a review of the new setting powder by Fenty Beauty. I just want to mention before anybody gets excited, I did not pick up the concealer because I am a relationship person when it comes to concealers. I don't like to just use one concealer one day and another concealer the other. When I was using LA Girl concealer, that's all I was using every day. That's it. Once I started using the Too Faced concealer, I was changed. I was a convert. I love that concealer. I got no problems with it. It does what I needed to do. I don't need a new concealer right now. And I suspect that when I'm done with that concealer, it's gonna be hard for me, even though I love Fenty and I love supporting Rihanna, to just try it, to review it. Maybe, you know, just randomly, like I will buy it at some point. This week, it just was not that week. I was just like, okay, let me go look at these setting powders. I did look at the concealers. I think I might match at about like 380, but I was just like, I don't need a new concealer right now. I love the concealer I'm using. I don't like it. It's not alright. It's fucking amazing. So I didn't get the concealer. I only got the setting powder because I am running out of the banana powder that I'm using now, which is by ColourPop. I'm just really excited that she came out with a banana powder, and I'm really excited that she came out with a concealer, and I'm excited that she extended the shade range of foundation, but I forgot to check it to see if maybe my lighter color was in there. I'll try that probably next week. I'm only doing my first impression of the setting powder. So I actually think there's been enough time for the sunscreen to set, and I can go ahead and add my Fenty foundation. I still like pumping it on the back of my hand. I do 2 pumps. I really have been trying to go easy on foundation as well and not go too crazy. Only use what I need. Yeah, okay. I mean, all right, like it is a little darker. Fine. I don't think it's that much darker. I don't. I'm not gonna do both my brows on camera. I don't need to explain why, but I will do one. I'll do this one and then come back with this one already done. This is the Ride or Die Brow Duo by Anastasia Beverly Hills. It has the brow pencil and the clear brow gel, which I've never used before. I've never used a brow gel in my life, and it's pretty decent. There's still some annoying hairs over here that I feel constantly always come out of place, but everything else stays pretty well. I had an ABH pencil before, which I really liked, but it broke somehow. Like it broke like here or something. I don't know how that happened. I don't know if this is the same one, but this one is the Brow Wiz and it is medium brown. Also give credit to my brow lady. She does a really great job. So I don't really have much brows, so I'm always drawing them in, and I like it. I like drawing my brows in because I like options. I like to change colors. I like to change thickness. So I'm just used to that. However, I do not appreciate being asked if I want to get my upper lip threaded whenever I go to a brow place. I'm never going to do that. I'm never going to do that. I know that it's something that they have to do, they have to make their money and everything, but I just feel like, can I just choose what hair on my body that I would like to remove without being made to feel like there's hair on my body that I don't know about that I need to have removed in order to feel beautiful. Like we're under so much oppression as women to have hair removed. For me, the brows are like one of the most amazing accessories to the face. And so shaping them and coloring them and drawing them in or whatever is just a way of like framing your face. So and I choose to do that, you know. If you want to be Frida Kahlo out here and that's your thing, I have never judged anybody like, oh my gosh, you need to get your brows threaded, they're too thick. I'm never gonna do that. Do what you want to do. But the whole like, you need to remove hair from your upper lip. The Born This Way Too Faced concealer is very thick and it goes a long way, like even like just 2 dabs. So over trial and error, I have learned to do a little less than I think. I'm just gonna do, I like to take this brush, the Morphe M173, and buff it out. So I'm gonna set my eye with a color from the Cheers to the Beauty Colored Rain palette called Powder Room. And the only reason I can't show it to you is because Diamond Jubilee, it's broken and spilled all over the place. And yeah, so I gotta keep this, this is Powder Room. Okay, so for my eye look, I'm gonna do something relatively simple using the Pat McGrath Bronze Ambition palette. Yes, I finally bought it and I've used it, and I have to say, I'm not necessarily blown away by these colors. I'm blown away by the formulation and the blendability. I picked this palette because I liked the hand swatches that I saw on the site for this palette the most. It was a really, really, really hard choice to make. I was not going to buy a full size. I needed to have other things, but I think that this is a really good option for people who don't want to get the full size. It's still a hefty $55, but if you were smart and got your friends and relatives to get you Sephora gift cards, it's not that big a hit to your wallet. Well, the colors are only written on this cellophane like card here. This one is Dark Paradise. This is Celestial. This is Corruption, Burning Desire, Supernova, and Provocatrix. That's my favorite one to say, Provocatrix. There are several new products I'm going to be using in this video, so I just thought I would fold them all into one video. So what I'm going to do is take Corruption and Supernova and decide whether or not I want to use Provocatrix or Dark Temptation? Dark Paradise. Dark Paradise on the lid. We'll see. So I'm gonna start with Burning Desire. And Burning Desire is not really super dark, but I'm just gonna use it as a transition color in my crease. So now I'm gonna take the smaller blending brush and go in with Dark Paradise and just place it right here. And just blend it out. Like this, the blendability, see? The blendability of these eyeshadows, it's just amazing. This just, it's like airbrushing. There's hardly any effort needed. So I'm going to use on the lid, given what lip color I'm going to be using today, which is also a new product, I'm going to use Corruption. I'm going to use this like packing brush thing. Oh God, I hope I don't regret this. Yeah, this is about what I expected it to look like. Okay, it's pretty. It's cool or whatever. I swear to God, I'm not trying to hate on Pat McGrath, not me. It's just her eyeshadows are so mysterious. Like you don't even really know what you're getting until you put it on. This color, I'm telling you right away, is giving me peach, it's giving me pink, it's giving me a lot of things. Yo, she's a sorcerer. She is a sorcerer. So I'm gonna take a little bit more of Burning Desire, which is the color that I put up here for transition. I'm just gonna take that and blend a little bit more up here. And I'm gonna do the other side and I'm gonna come back. So I think what I'm gonna do next, because I'm not sure what I wanna do next, is add another color. I'm gonna like go in with Provocatrix in the corner of my eye with this brush, the Morphe 170-10. Ooh. 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 That's pretty. You know, this is the first Pat McGrath palette I've ever had, and I can see clearly that all of these colors were meant to go together. That is really, really something special. It's really nice. Okay, I don't think I want to go do too much more. I think that I'm gonna start going into my concealer under eye and just kind of like pulling this part of the look together and moving on to my first impression review of the Fenty Banana Powder. With the concealer under eye, I've also been doing the dabbing motion and not the swiping motion lately. And I'm gonna take my damp Sonia Kashuk beauty sponge and tap it out. I don't really know what an eye look really looks like until I'm done with the rest of my face, particularly after this step with the under eye concealer, because it cleans up everything here. These Sonia Kashuk sponges are also my favorite. Absolute favorite. Alright, so this is the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Instant Retouch Setting Powder in Banana by Rihanna. I really liked, in the reviews that I saw, I like the packaging. Like, I love the way this looks. Ooh, I like the weight to it. Is this glass? Did we do glass? Did we do glass? No, this is definitely plastic, but it's a nice weighty plastic. It's not cheap. Of course, I already got my fingerprints all over the front, so it's very sexy. It feels so nice. One thing that I don't like about what I've seen so far about this is that when you open it, there's no filter. I really like that. I mean, I know I'm comparing oranges to bananas, but ColourPop, it's little, but it has that little like sifter so that you're not just getting powder everywhere. I don't think this has this. Let me see. Oh, it does. Yes. So it does have the sifter on it. It has the FB initials on the front. I don't know. I guess people are like taking it out or something. Because I see, on the videos that I see, it's like I just see the powder like all over, but I like it like this. So I'm just gonna close it up, shake a little bit out in the top, shake a little bit out in the top, and yeah. So let's just go in and do it. Ooh, oh. Oh. That's, ooh. That's nice. Oh, girl. Wow. That is nice. You see, I told you this is all I needed. That's very nice. Yeah, that just melted into my skin. It's so soft. Like, I was afraid I put too much, but it just... Like, that to me looks like too much. I feel like I took a little bit, but it just... It blends out so nice. I will say that up close and personal, it looks a little bit cakey, which I have heard in reviews as well. But it just kind of goes into my skin really nicely. Like, as far as brightening, I think that it's not super brightening, but it is definitely super setting. I like it. I like it. Okay, so moving on, I'm just gonna use what I have still been using, which is Dark Deep in ColourPop's No Filter Foundation Stick for my contour. And that, and that. I also don't do all over face powder. Like, I just do setting spray. I don't like putting too much powder on my face because I just feel like I don't want too much of a powdery look. I have oily skin, and so I tend to go towards mattifying makeup products. But lately, especially in the winter season, I feel like I've wanted a little bit of a dewier, like glowier look, not so dry. And powders to me, for me, just seem to like make things come off more like cakey and powdery. It's never been something that I like. Like after I put on one powder, I don't want to put on another powder over that. I just want to do one powder. That's it. That's it. I'm gonna take my little itty bitty sample of Becca highlighter in Champagne Pop and pop that on my cheekbones. All right, so I'm back with my eyeliner, and I'm also gonna put a little bit of the darker color from the Pat McGrath palette on the bottom of my lids. So I'm gonna put Dark Paradise down here. So while watching one of Kelsey Brown and Jay's latest videos, I learned that the UK-based retailer Zara had released a line of lipsticks. And there was a rumor that Pat McGrath had an involvement in formulating them. I also read this on a beauty website somewhere, but as it turns out, I don't think that she had anything to do with the formulation of these lipsticks. However, I will say after using one of the bullet lipstick colors that the quality of it is very, very good, and it is very close in comparison with Mother Pat McGrath's lipstick, but I'm gonna just let you be the judge of that. And the one that I got, because you know all the lipsticks I get are the same colors as other lipsticks that I have, is very close to me in comparison to Pat McGrath's Flesh 3. I was really excited to hear about Zara dropping a line of makeup because I thought that I could just run out again to the corner in the neighborhood where I work and like pick them up. But I don't think that they are available as yet in the actual brick and mortar stores. Right now I feel like they're just available online. The bullet lipsticks are retailing for the grand total of $12.90. And the liquid lipsticks are $9.90. I just ordered a couple of them because I wanted to try it and see how they were. You can order anything from Zara online and pick it up in store, which is what I did. Not only were the colors that I saw online amazing, but they come in these really cool retro film canister things. Being a huge photography enthusiast, being a photographer, being a person that is into visually editing things, and just being a huge fan of like photography period, having shot actual film before, back in the days before digital photography, this really just called my name. Like I just loved it. It isn't a hard, like, you know, case that you can reuse. It's literally just a plastic thing with paper inside of it to simulate what film used to look like back in the day, and I just really, really like that. The color I got is UM04. So it comes in this really luxe looking navy blue little package, and it's a magnetic kind of closing thing here, which is really handy. And so this is the color, it's UM04. The other thing that they don't talk about with this, because there's no description whatsoever of this lipstick on the site. Like the description is the same for all of the bullet lipsticks and for all of the liquid lipsticks. It smells so nice. Like it has this sweet, oh my God, it smells so good. Like I was putting on my lips and I'm just like, oh my goodness, this is so good. Why don't they talk about this smell or like what it is? I don't know what it's supposed to be, but I wish that they would describe it on the site. So Like I said, this is the color UM04. I'm going to swatch it on the back of my hand, and I'm going to compare that color to Pat McGrath's Flesh 3. And I'm saying that the reason I got this is because it reminded me of this. I'm just saying, judge for yourself. I'm not saying it's a total dupe, but I'm saying it's very, very close. This is a color that I have used already. I wore it all day yesterday. It wore very nicely. It is not drying. It's matte, but it's not drying. It's very light on the lips. And so that's this. This is UM04. They're called Ultimatte lipsticks. And that's UM04. And this is Flesh 3. That's Flesh 3. I'm just saying, the Flesh 3 is slightly darker, but I bet you anything, if I wore this and I wore UM04 and I asked the difference, like, you wouldn't really be able to tell. It's not that big of a difference. So now I'm going to put on UM04. Ah, it goes on so nicely. So pigmented. Boom. Just that simple. Right out the box. Very light. Slightly powdery, feathery, soft. Smells wonderful. I love it. I frackin' love it. I also got another color, like I said, this is the Liquid Full Matte Unstoppable One Stroke Application. And this is a kind of a red, you know, again, you can only look at these on the website, so you can't really tell what it really looks like. So I was just judging this by what they had on the site. And this is M03. Comes like this with the usual applicator, which I have to say, this applicator, it seems kind of flimsy to me. I'm not crazy about it. And this red, it's a little bit more shocking and bright than I expected, and not so much the kind of shade of red that I like. I'm just gonna swatch it on the back of my head. Oh Lord, that's that Robert Palmer Addicted to Love red. That is just like the boss bitch red, which I like on others, but on me, I mean, it doesn't mean I can't use it. This is the color that I just loved immediately. So I love it like this, but yesterday when I wore it, I put some gloss over it. I am using Glossier's lip gloss. Love it. Love it. And again, this looks a little bit like Flesh 3 with the Flesh 4 lip gloss on top of it. It's just so rich and pigmented and sophisticated. I love this color. Should I try on the red? Maybe I should try on the red too. That red is just going to be so crazy. I just know it, but I'm gonna try it on because I haven't tried it on yet. I might as well try it on now. Here we go. Oh my God. Wow, my lips are day glow. My God. Okay. once again, I was looking at these online. I couldn't tell how bright it was. I didn't know. I probably would not have picked a red this bright if I had the opportunity to swatch it in front of me. But, oh, it's drying down now. Wow, it is, ooh. I just felt my lips just completely, like the air just got sucked out. It has dried down. It dries down to being very matte. I wouldn't say that there's no transfer, but there's very little transfer. It's very dry, very, very dry. I am going to go put on some earrings and some hair units, and I'm gonna come back with my final words on this look and these things, these new products that I have tried today. All right, I'm back. I sprayed my face down with my Too Faced Peach Mattifying Mist, and here's what I will say. I really love the powder. I think that up close, when I look at it, ooh, this baby, it sets. It's like I don't think you need too much, but I think the next time I use it, I'm probably gonna use a little less because it's very mattifying. It sets. It sets. It can, if you use too much of it, I imagine that it can really look super drying and a little bit too matte, like too drying. I would just go with a little bit. I think it's very finely milled. It really disappears on my face, and I really, really, really like that. Overall, it's good. The Pat McGrath eyeshadow, like I said, I've used some of them before. This is my first time trying this particular sort of pinkish color, and the Pat McGrath eyeshadows are just kind of like, you're always kind of discovering them more, because what you see is not what you get. Like what you get way more. You just get more. It's hard to see on camera, but this is not just a pinkish color. When I looked at it in the pan, to me, it looked bronze. Like it looked orangey bronze. And I try to stay clear of those kind of colors, even though I like them, because my skin color is too close to being like a bronzish, yellowish. Because I remember getting the Metamorphosis collection. I got like a coppery color, and I just felt like it didn't really show up well on my skin. This is just so much more than that. And so I'm really fascinated by it. And I love that this palette's colors, like they're all formulated, they're all put together to work together. And no, I do not regret my purchase, because I realize now that as I use it, I'm going to see really what it can do, as opposed to just looking at it in the palette and thinking, oh, like, you know, these colors are just what I'm seeing. Like it's more than what I'm seeing. And finally, out of these two colors from Zara, the other one, the UM04, is my favorite. I fucking love that color. I realize that it is more safe and it's warmer, but I kind of like that. I kind of like that. This is just like, it's not a red that I would pick, so I don't know how much use I'm gonna get out of it. And in the like 20 minutes or so that I've been wearing it, it is just kind of like locked on, and it's very dry and kind of chalky feeling. But the look and the finish of it is flawless. Like I can't really lie on that. And it also makes my teeth look super white, which I like that. But And like I said, I won't be able to tell until I like wear it over a period of time how truly drying it is. I kind of expect that it will be one of those really drying lip colors. However, because it's a liquid, it's different than a bullet lipstick. Like say for instance the extended shades in the Fenty Mademoiselle. Those are drying, boo. Those are so drying. This, I'm sure, is drying too, but because it's a liquid, it kind of just sets to your mouth, and it's probably just gonna hang on for the rest of the day. And some of us need that. I bet you I could eat a whole meal with this on and drink and talk, and I just don't think it's going anywhere. That is my guesstimation at this point, not having worn it for that long. I kind of want to put the other color back on because I just like it better, and this feels like too much. So I'm gonna put the other color back on, and then I'm gonna come back. Yeah. Oh, this feels so much more of a relief. And the other thing about that color, which I suspected, which is why I was worried about taking it off, is like it's hard to take that color off and not have it like bleed on the sides of your lips because it's like blood red. So this is definitely my favorite of the two colors. It's more me, it's more cohesive with the rest of this look. It's warmer. And I will say that it wears very well throughout the day. And even after I ate yesterday and it wore off a little bit in here, it still looked really cute because then it looked like I had like a lighter color on and the rest of it was like a lip liner. It was really cute. It was really cute. It's just more wearable. It's just more wearable. Formulaically, for this to be at Zara, at this is $12.90, and the liquid lip is $9.90. Why wouldn't you run out and get these? But until they get them in the actual physical stores, I definitely will be buying more of these colors just to see what they look like off the website, because I just think at such a really affordable, relatively affordable price point, like how can you go wrong? Zara, I think, is kind of a surprise standout for me in these products that I've tried. What can I say? I mean, I have not tried the Fenty concealer. When I do, I will definitely come back with a review. I will look to see if they have a foundation, the extended line, that is my actual match, and come back and review that as well. But that's pretty much my review for all of these new products, and I hope you enjoyed it. Happy 2019. Please remember to like and comment and share, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.